So, Lando, we're back here in Silverstone, the British Grand Prix. This year, you come here as a championship contender, but just how good does it feel just to come back to Silverstone, your home race?
I mean, that's the best bit. Like, it doesn't matter from first or last in the championship. Like, just coming back to Silverstone, home race, McLaren's home race. It's just the best atmosphere. It's the best one. It's one where you wake up every morning and you're just kind of excited to get into the track and see everyone. See your t-shirts, your number, your hat, whatever it is, right? So it's just a fun event. It's it's more like a fun event rather than feeling like you're going to another track and you're just kind of racing there. You feel like the atmosphere is just much more exciting. So you have that, but the bonus is fighting for race wins, fighting for the championship. It kind of just adds that little bit more tension to it, but in a good way, in an exciting way.
And the fans always go mad for you here at Silverstone, but this year's a little bit different, mate, because you've got the Lando Stand out of nowhere. You've got your own stand out of nowhere. It's come out of nowhere, and you've got your own stand, all the fans kitted up in your merchandise. How's that going to feel? That must be pretty cool for you.
This is very cool. I mean, it's one of the coolest bits probably of the weekend. I mean, it's been in the planning for a while.
Yeah.
It's not suddenly like, oh, let's just do it. It's Silverstone obviously had to allow us to do it and things, so they've been very, very generous. But it's my first thing where, I'm just going to have, they're going to be my fans. They're going to be people who are there supporting me, and, we try to do as much as we can for them as well. We get some free drinks and some clothing and stuff like that as well. So we want to give something back to them because, they're my fans. They're the ones who support me, and they'll be in my colours, the bright yellow. So I definitely hope I'm not going to miss it, on the way around. And I hope that it distracts everyone else as much as possible. So it's an awesome thing. I went there this morning already to go and see some of them, and people were already queuing up nice.
How's it looking over there? Looking good?
It's cool. I mean, we try to tie it into the helmet design and everything, and yellow has always been my colour. It's what I've had since I was a kid. So try to keep that up. Trying to rock it a bit like Valentino. Trying to make it mine a little bit, doing what I can. But yeah, it's going to be amazing. What I'm most excited for is on track, or drivers' parade. When we're going around and seeing everyone there, the flags and everything. So the team has done an amazing job to set all of this up because it's a big project. But I've had some good partners to help me do it, and exciting.
Well, let's talk about out on track, because obviously that's what this weekend and Formula One in general is all about. Yeah. Last time out in Austria, went pretty damn well, it's fair to say. I mean, obviously you missed out on FP1, and considering normally that could put you on the back foot, it didn't seem to do that for you in Austria.
Yeah, I'm thinking of skipping FP1 here as well.
Skipping FP1? Why not? You'd be in the fan stand, in the Lando stand.
I might go have a hot dog, a little burger. Often I think in a perfect scenario, probably put me a little bit on the back foot, but I think it's also one of the most straightforward tracks. It's a complicated track because it's very simple, therefore trying to find that last little bit of lap time is often the hardest. Mm-hmm. And you miss out on some of the high fuel running and things like that. So I think maybe you're not best prepared from that sense, but it's a track I've always done well at. So I felt, within 3 or 4 laps, I was like, all right, I'm on a good limit already and I can start to fine tune some things. But it was a very, very good weekend from start to finish in terms of being prepared, going out, putting in the laps, not making mistakes, perfect quali. I don't know if it's a perfect race, but just a very tough, well-executed race, so a good feeling and all I could really ask for, especially coming into this weekend. But definitely last one was good for my confidence, good momentum building, and hopefully that can continue again this weekend.
And this season, it's fair to say, has had a couple of highs and lows in it already. Yeah. The high being probably winning Monaco for the first time, and that's one of the races on the calendar that all the drivers want to win, like Silverstone. So does that give you an extra bit of confidence, the fact that you've already won one of the big ones this year, that it could be your weekend here in Silverstone?
I mean, I would just like to think of that in general. Like, I just want it to be my weekend because I want it to be my weekend. I kind of want that every weekend.
Weekend.
There are a few that you definitely want to win. Monaco's one. I think Silverstone, especially because it's my home race, it's one I think everyone who just wants to win a race at their home race. But Silverstone everyone knows it's one of the most special. So, but in terms of feeling, having the fans, home race, British, it's just one because of that reason you want to win, right? So, no, I mean, I feel confident. And also Monaco is such a different track. Like, Monaco is a different ball game when it comes to delivering qualifying laps and things like that. But you go from almost one of the slowest Monaco to one of the quickest on the calendar here. Copse, Magus Beckett, Stowe. Like they're quick, you know, the old neck needs to warm up this weekend. So yeah, exciting for a different reason, but I feel confident just in general that I can go out and I can be strong this weekend.
And talk about the battles you're expecting to face out on this circuit, because you've said already it's high speed. You and Oscar last out in Austria, I mean, I was nervous just watching you guys because it was close at moments. So coming into this weekend, do you think the battles that the fans can expect to see, do you think it's going to be an entertaining race?
I mean, once again, I hope not, but in a way, I presume it's going to be, because the racing here is always good. You know, we've seen some of the best races here in the past, and exciting, especially it's a track where once you've overtaken once, it's not like it's finished. You can often like stay side by side through, you know, Luffield, Brooklands, Copse, then you've got Magus, Beckett, Stowe. You can be in the last, you know, side by side through the last chicane. So, of course, I feel strong and I feel like I can be the strongest, but when I am, it's not by tenths and tenths of a second. You know, I'm competing against the best in the world, so sometimes to be the best means by 1,000th. And then it's never a guarantee, and that often always turns into an exciting race. So, you know, I go into races now expecting a tough battle. If it turns into a more smooth race, then I'm like, wonderful. But, you know, I definitely don't go into races now like expecting it to go smoothly and then being surprised that it turns into a battle like we had last weekend. So, especially with Oscar, I'm ready for some more battling, some more close moments. But more fun on the edge races like we had last weekend out.
Hearing you speak, it's fascinating because obviously we're of a similar age, and I feel like for younger drivers, sort of our age, younger males in general, sometimes it's hard to sort of show your emotions, particularly as a driver in this environment where it's so high pressure. But I feel like this season I've seen a slightly different side to you in a way, where you've been, you know, not afraid to show those weaknesses and sort of those moments where things have been tough. And like, I'm just intrigued by how that's come about, and if there's a particular reason why it feels like there's been a bit more of a shift from your side to show that.
I think from my team side, I think it's how I've always been, you know, especially from within my group. I think I've always been pretty open and honest, and that can be like good and bad, I guess. But normally with a team and how you work with a team, that's what you want. Maybe from the outside, it's always hard to know like what's correct, what's not correct, and in the end of the day, I think you just got to find what's best for you. And I'm definitely never perfect, I would say. You know, with my you know, sometimes I say I'm too open, and sometimes I think I'm just normal. I'm just saying, you know, when you ask for what's the reason for not doing a good job today, like I'm never one to blame the car. So I'm just, you know, sometimes it might be the car, but I'm never going to go, yeah, it's just that. And often I take a lot of the responsibility myself. But yeah, and if I've done a crap job, I'm going to come in and I say, like, guys just did a crap job today, and it wasn't good enough. So it's more I'm just telling you the truth about things, and I don't think that happens a lot. You know, often you want to give everyone that perception of you being unstoppable and tough, which probably at times I feel like I should lead more on and go, yeah, it wasn't me, it was the car today. But you know, like there's a balance with things, and the main thing is I'm just telling you the truth. I'm being honest about things, but you know, you got to find what works for you in the end of the day. And sometimes it's that, sometimes it's, you know, I do kind of need to pick myself up a bit more. But it's all stuff that I'm working on as well. Like, it's not something I'm perfect on. It's something I'm still learning about. And the main thing is I got a good team around me to always kind of be there and support me and stuff, and work hard. And then once you see like that progress slowly coming back, that's almost what excites you the most. But yeah, I don't know. It's not like I'm trying to give anyone anything. I'm not like trying to look tough. I'm not trying to show weaknesses. I'm just telling you like how it is, plain and simple. And then people can make whatever perception they want of that, but it doesn't change from my side. Like, yeah, I've got confidence now, and I feel strong, and whatever I say, you can make of it what you will.
Well, it's refreshing to see, Lando. Good luck for the British Grand Prix. Hope it all goes well, mate.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice one.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.